questions earlier for Athletes Unlimited. One of the things that she brought up that she enjoyed playing was that she grew up with an NBA mind, obviously with who her father is.
Mm-hmm.
And so she feels as this has been an easy transition and one of her most comprehensive seasons because she's playing for someone with an NBA mind. Do you see that NBA intelligence in her genetics?
Yeah, I mean, she has a great feel for the game. And I'm sure growing up around it, I mean, little girls are very observant to begin with and pick up on a lot. And so I'm sure seeing her dad have the type of career he had and the special moments that he created, I'm sure that was enjoyable to see, and those lasted a long time for her. So she's been great to have with us. We're, very fortunate. She's been really consistent on both sides of the ball. And you can tell she cares, which I do think is, connected to where she comes from and what she's about.
I know that obviously your mind's on the game in this season, but she mentioned the other thing is that what she really enjoys is when you share old stories, whether it's Kobe, Phil Jackson, and your playing days. And I said that because he brought your dad up ever just because it's you. And she said, not yet, but I'm curious if you can remember, I think there's about a 5-year overlap where y'all were in the league at the same time. And you can think of him, his style, and you may see that now that you, like, if I bring that up, can you see that? Or is that something that you're not really recollect right now?
Yeah, not at the moment. I feel like, I can't recall like my first few years where Dee was at that time. Like I more so remember her father, in Orlando and those special moments, dunk contests and those things, even for me watching, maybe wanting to be in that position one day. But yeah, maybe the next time we come back, I'll have a little more clarity on those times where maybe we cross paths on the court.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Eli, we'll go to the Zoom.
Questions from the Zoom will go to Jackie Ray with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Coach. So the start of this game was a little different. You guys came out pretty strong. There wasn't the rebounding or turnover issues, and you guys kept it pretty tight. But then Liz picked up those fouls really quickly, and then you took her out of the game, and then things kind of shifted. Do you still equate that to a chemistry issue, or do you think now we're seeing some different issues develop that need to be addressed?
I mean, maybe both. I don't know about. I think our chemistry will obviously continue to take time to grow, but there's no question that Liz on the court helps us both offensively and defensively, just in terms of her presence. But yeah, we can't let go of the rope that much. I mean, if it was essentially, I think it was 16-16 with approximately 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and then that quarter finished essentially 23-3. So yeah, I mean, something that I'm not doing to make sure we're prepared to play and can sustain the energy and effort for longer. That's on me. So we got to figure it out somehow, and it starts with me. So we'll keep working at it until we do.
Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Hey, Fish. You're always philosophical about all this stuff, but like, what do you tell a team that's going through what you guys are going through?
That I have to be better for them. I think that they are they're trying to do what is asked of them. We've talked about the fact that we on the stage that we're on in LA, like we don't get the benefit of the doubt, or we don't get the time to figure ourselves out and not necessarily rebuild, but recreate and establish a new way of doing things. We have to do that with big expectations at the same time, and that comes with the territory. But the only thing that we really have to stay focused on is taking ownership and accountability for for what's going on. I have to do that. Our coaching staff has to do it, and our players have to do it as well. That's the only way, things can change. But but we can't let or allow a stretch like this to, to define like who we're going to be or where we're going to go. We just got to keep pushing and try to hold our breath as long as we can while we still have, these days out on the road and not as much time to work on who we really are. But at the end of the day, we just have to own it and change it. And that's all that I can say, after a game like this.
All right, time for one more with Coach. We'll go to Brianne Ingram.
Hey, Coach. Kennedy Carter had 17 points. Just what did you like seeing from her on the floor tonight?
I think, just she was aggressive, with the basketball in her hands. And, I think, it's unfortunate that the score was what it was, during her minutes. But we're trying to get as many minutes for people as we can, but at the same time, trying to balance, the lineups and the rosters offensively and defensively, the floor spacing and the shooting that we need to have on the floor in order to try and be more effective and more efficient from behind the 3-point line, so that the game isn't so hard for us offensively. But, tonight I was more about, defense, and most nights, have been, getting the stops, especially in the first quarter. So, I think, happy and proud of Kennedy in terms of just keeping herself ready. Like, it hasn't been an easy start for her in terms of her role, the minutes per game. Those are all things that she wishes were, bigger and more. So she deserves a lot of credit for sticking with things, working on her game, keeping her mindset in the right place, and being able to be effective, in the fourth quarter tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Questions for Jordan and Kennedy? Please raise your hand in the chat. All right, Miriam, go ahead.
Hey, Jordan. Vegas was 11 for 12 from 3 at one point. I mean, did it feel like it out there? And like, what can you guys do when a team is just like that hot?
Yeah, it felt like they were shooting lights out, and that's exactly what happened. How many threes did they make?
18.
18 threes. So yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. We tried to do the best we could with trying to run them off the 3-point line. I think we kind of got out of our rotations defensively, which allowed them to make wide open threes. But when a team is on, they're on. And tonight, Vegas was on. We tried to do our best.
Jackie Ray with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Kennedy, you had a pretty decent game, but like you just said, you just said that they were shooting kind of lights out. But there was a moment that it looked like, at least in the first quarter, where it looked like you guys were going to hang in there. What was the conversation you guys had in the locker room at halftime when you kind of saw it was getting away from you a little bit? Did you guys change up a strategy or anything, or what was the conversation?
We kind of just went in and watched film a little bit. Coach told us that they kind of started off hot. They had about 10 threes at half. And so he told us we had to step up and put a hand in the face. And I think we tried to make adjustments a little bit, but sometimes you just have to give teams credit. When they come out shooting the ball that well, there's literally nothing you can do. Like, I tip my hat to them because they shot the ball incredibly well tonight. And that's from 1 through 5.
We got time for one or two more. Did Jackie and Miriam have a follow-up?
Sure.
Go
ahead.
ahead, Miriam.
Jackie, go ahead.
So just real quick, how's your morale now? How do you guys kind of lift each other up and realize there's a lot of basketball left to play? And even though you've been on this losing streak, you still have to mentally prepare for the next game. How do you guys lift each other up?
Honestly, we're in good spirits. we tell each other that all the time. It's the 12 of us that's in the locker room. We know what we're dealing with and we're trying to get better day by day. But, you know, our morale is really good right now. Everybody's still in good spirits. We're positive. We're optimistic. We still know that this is the beginning of the season. And, you know, to be honest, like there are a lot of teams in the past recent years that, you know, start off slow like this and then they wind up making a run in the playoffs or towards the end of season. So we understand that this is still early. We're still trying to work through some things, but overall, I think our morale as a team is still positive.
And I kind of want to follow up on that. Obviously, that's a like total like a healthy perspective to have, and obviously you guys have had a real tough start to the season with the schedule that you've had. Never mind that you're all playing together for the first time and kind of learning each other. Like, how hard is it to keep that perspective? Or Jordan, you've done this for a few years now. Is this, do you accept it, and are you able to kind of keep that perspective?
Yeah, I mean, we all like we all like each other, and like everybody understands that this is a team that's never played together. And I feel like a lot of people are comparing us to like Connecticut and Washington and Vegas, who have a core group who's been together for a certain amount of years. And when you have that chemistry, it's easy to come out hot and have a great start. For us, we're still trying to work through some things. And, you know, that just comes with being in the league. Sometimes you start off slow and you end well. Sometimes you start off hot and you end terribly. So, you know, that's just a part of being a professional and being in the league. But like I said, we're still trying to figure things out. But overall, as a team, as a unit, we're still 12 strong. And, you know, we're going to figure it out.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.